So I'm gonna talk really quick um, about all these glasses are driving me crazy with the reflection. They're actually just meant for like when you're on the computer. They're supposed to block the blue light. I don't know how effective they really are, but oh well. So I know this video, the quality of it is not that great. I understand that it's dark and it's grainy, but I'm also realizing that if I have to, every single time I ever want to say anything, I have to set up my studio light, get my actual like camera, and do all this production stuff so that I have this really high quality looking video. I'm just not going to say anything. I've got about a million things on my plate on any given day and tons of things I'm trying to accomplish. And sometimes, yes, I am able to plan ahead of time and have everything set up. And other times, like right now, it's just something just happened. I want to talk about it. Well, I'm still in the mood to talk about it. No, I don't feel like setting up lights and getting cameras. I just want to talk. So that's what I'm going to do. And especially these days, I know for myself, I generally don't sit and watch a video. I usually just listen while I'm cleaning or doing other things. So what I wanted to quickly talk about is the fact that sometimes when you make a decision to make positive changes in your life, whether they have to do with creativity or not, so maybe like in my case, when I decided I was going to write my book, Explore, Embrace, Express, Dance Prompts Journal, and the one I'm writing now as well, which is a spin-off involving prompts for selfies, this requires a lot of time. I made a decision for myself in my own life that I wanted to spend time focusing on writing a book, which means sometimes having to say no to movie night with my husband, or no to having drinks with a friend, or, you know, a lot of no's to a lot of people and things are required for me to say yes to this dream of mine, which I managed to make my first dream come true. I published my first book. The thing is, when you hop on a journey to make some kind of positive change in your life, whether you decide you don't want to sit around watching Netflix every night, you want to write a book, or you want to start a video course, or whatever it is, you just want to do something different, something that isn't your status quo. You know, oh, one of the cats are here to eat. Hi, baby. I don't have cats. I put food out for the neighborhood cats. Anyway, some people, if you're lucky, many people will support you and encourage you and be happy for you. And then you have people not so much. They're not that person. They're not going to be those people for you. In fact, not only will they not celebrate with you or be happy for you, but they may in fact do quite the opposite of celebrate with you. They may try to, I wish there was a place to put this. It's a flameless candle, so don't worry. They may actually look for ways to sabotage you. They may try to make you feel guilty if you suddenly don't have time to go do what they want to do or what you normally do. They want to go to the bar and have drinks like you used to do, but now you don't drink, or you're cutting down, or whatever it may be. Or they want to go gambling at the casino because that's what you guys used to do for girls' night once a month, or whatever it may be. Or maybe they want you to hang out with them instead of spending time writing your book. You may tell them you have goals to live a healthier lifestyle or to accomplish a certain thing. My dogs, I'm sorry, but let's just take a look. Can you see them? Hi, babes. Hello. You know, and sometimes people do it unintentionally, not meaning to sabotage you or guilt trip you or somehow make it more of a challenge for you than it already is to make this change. And then sometimes, of course, we have people who very much know what they're doing and very much hope that you don't succeed in your quest for change. It is important to recognize when someone, whether willingly, unwillingly, intentionally, unintentionally, is sabotaging your efforts to make a positive change in your life. So whether that's you want to start painting in the evenings versus going drinking or watching Netflix, whether that's you want to stop eating a certain type of food. God knows, whenever I mention giving up, beef or whatever, I get all kind of flack from certain people. Like, the thing is, you're not doing this for them, right? You're doing this for you. You've made a decision because it's what works for you. It may not work for everyone around you. So, c'est la vie, that's life, right? Like, life goes on. What are you going to do once you've made this decision? I want to, whatever, embrace my creative side or my sensual side. I want to stop doing this, or I want to start doing that. And you get that first obstacle, that first bump in the road, that first kind of like roadblock from someone that you know. Whether it's your family making, underhanded comments, or giving you backhanded compliments, or guilt tripping you for not sitting with them and having, pizza and drinking beer and watching a movie because you've decided that time is your sacred time to meditate or do yoga or read or write or dance or whatever. If you don't have any plan at all going forward, don't be too surprised if these people actually manage, again, whether on purpose or not, to pull you back. I think the best thing you can do is check back in with yourself in those moments. Ask yourself, why did I make this decision? Why was it important to me? Why is it important to me now? Is there a way that we can compromise on this so that we can both be happy? And if not, who's really more important to me in this situation? Is my goal to make a life that's, I think, better for me more important, or is pleasing this person in this moment more important? Sometimes people will try to hold you back from making positive progress because they themselves don't want to acknowledge where in their life they're not truly happy, and where they know if they made certain changes, they could probably be happier. But they don't necessarily want to examine that. And sometimes when you start to make changes, it kind of puts a little bit of a mirror up to them, whether consciously or subconsciously. And it can be triggering for people. But just remember, at the end of the day, you didn't make this decision for no reason, right? There was an important reason that brought you to this place where you want to make this change. You thought about what's going to happen if I make this change. If I make this change and I stick with it and I'm consistent, where am I going to be in a week, in 30 days, in 2 months, 3 months? And of course, on the other hand, if you kind of let people, or even your own like doubts or whatever, start letting you creep back into, maybe that's not really that important. Maybe like it's not so bad to just not do this thing. Maybe just this one time that turns into 10. It's not easy to make a really solid decision and really commit to a change, especially when the people around you are trying to guilt trip you or bring you back into, your old ways, your old self, whatever it may be, what works for them. So I think some of the best things you can do is to check back in with yourself, to have a solid reason. What's your solid why? And coming back to that when the person's like, well, what about this? And how come this? And And remembering who's your priority, which should be you, because you're the only one who's going to be in your life, all your days, all your moments, every single day, every single minute. And if at the end of the day, you're not happy with the life you've created, who do you have to blame? Because at the end of the day, it's up to us to make the choices, even if those choices don't land well with other people. You know, there's a difference between hurting people because you are making promises to them and breaking them, or going behind their back, lying, things like that. And then hurting someone because you're doing what's best for you. You know, you hope that your change will inspire those around you, those you care about, to also make positive changes. But that's not a guarantee. You hope the people around you will support you and encourage you and be happy for you, but that's not also a guarantee. So what you can do, though, is seek out community, whether it's paid for mentorship and coaching, like I'm about to start offering through a few different avenues around creativity and sensuality and self-expression and owning that shit. Okay. Or whether you just get into some community with social media platforms, with people doing what you're doing. Whether it's people who are trying to get more creative, they want to start, like, you know, whether they want to indulge in their creative side, whether it's a dance group, whether it's a group that gets together once a month and reads, whatever it is, if you can find that community that ties into the change that you want to see for yourself, and not just see because it doesn't just happen, but that change that you want to create for yourself, it is so much easier when you have community. So if you don't have that already built in with your family, your friends, your current network, or worse yet, those people actually try to draw you back to a place you don't want to be at anymore, I highly encourage you to actively seek out, whether in person or virtually, groups, community, coaches that will support the changes you want to have in your life, and that can be an example to you, that can maybe not only support you, but also offer inspiration. Maybe it's someone you can look up to, someone that you can see as an example that it can be done. That's all I want to say, I think. Timed, yes. I need to get back to editing my book. I've been trying to do this all day. But again, sometimes life, people, situations, are like these roadblocks trying to like stop you from where you're trying to go. I may get slowed way the fuck down. I may have to, hit a few bumps on the road, but I'm not stopping. Period. I've made a commitment. I want the second book done. I want it published before the spring. That is what's happening. That is it. No excuses, no guilt trips, no distractions are going to stop me, are going to stand between me and what I want. So everything, here's what I want, here's where I am. Anything that gets between these 2 points, I'm either going to have to get around, get under, get over, get through, break it down, whatever it takes, because I'm not going to let anyone or anything stand between me and this very firm commitment I've made to myself to be a two-time published author. That's my dream. That's my goal. It's not a dream. It's a goal. There is deadlines. There is plans. I do show up and I do work at it. I don't just go to sleep and dream about it or talk about it. And it does help because I do have an accountability coach. I do have a friend who I'm doing accountability with as well. I do have, I have set myself up in communities where I do have a good example. I do get to see people who are where I want to be and who have done what I want to do. And that's good evidence for me to see that it can be done. Just because this person in my life is not doing that or doesn't think it can be done or whatever it may be, I have this proof right here that it can. And that if they can do it, they're no better than me. I can do it too. So that's that. I think I've said all I want to say. Thank you for your time. If you would like to hear more talks, please let me know. Drop a topic you would like me to cover. I'd be more than happy to give you my opinion on it. My 2 cents, if you will. Also, if you haven't already, please check out my first published book, Explore, Embrace, Express Dance Prompts Journal on Amazon. And you can also check out my YouTube channels, Explore, Embrace, Express. And my other YouTube channel is Coffee, Create, Connect. Okay, if you have any questions, comments, please let me know. Otherwise, take care until next time.